Hello everybody, welcome back to another Retrograde Minecraft video. And this is the Minecraft RMS Queen Mary 2, actually, um, showcase video really. So, since this is, I usually don't do showcase videos for my ships, but uh, I figured I probably should start doing them so people know what they're actually doing when I do tutorials. Um, so, this is, massive, to say the least. Basically, I don't even really know where to begin because I've never done a showcase video before. Um, but this is my RMS Queen Mary 2. I spent a long time making it. I started back in May of last year, though I never actually finished it, and I just kind of left it abandoned for a few months sometimes. But I did manage to finish it just a few days ago. Actually, yesterday I finished it, so that was quite fantastic. And it is really, really detailed. So, go ahead and show you around a bit of it. So basically everything is scaled directly from plans I've found. Not exactly like builder's plans, but just like blueprints and whatnot of models of it. So, like the bulbous bow doesn't exactly go up a block. Like I think in real life it did curve up slightly, like that or something. But the way the plans were, it just didn't have that. So I mean, you can adjust things when the tutorials do come out if you want. So it is exterior only. Probably should have started with that. There is no interior, at least not yet. Um, if I do add interior, that'll be a long time from now, and it'll also be a lot of tutorials. But this is 1.7 to 1 scale, so it is 70% larger than 1 to 1. So it's like a 1 to 1 scale ship, and scaled it up by 70%. That's how big it is. And the reason I do my ships in that scale, I've said this before, but is because Rich LaRouche's ships, most of the ones he's done are in that same scale. So I'm basically trying to make my ships the same scale as his, so that if you build his ships and my ships, you don't have misproportions. They don't look out of place, different scaled. So that's my reasoning behind that, but it's still nonetheless massive. I know most people like to go with 1.8 to 1, which is, I mean, basically the same. um, but yeah, this is still very massive, and I'm very happy with how it's turned out. So I have really incorporated basically every single detail I can find, except for on the hull. I usually leave the hull pretty generic. Um, for my ships. I don't tend to add too many details to them. So I mean, before I do the tutorials, I might go back and do more details here, like windows and doors and whatever, because the plans that I'm using do have placements like that. But I'm just not sure. It would take a while. Um, I do have some details, like I have the stabilizer fins, just in their stored positions. The propeller pods, of course, way back there. They look tiny from a distance. I do have the propeller pods, or not propeller pods, oh, bow thrusters. Bow thrusters up at the bow here. So I do only have them in their stored position. So there's basically these flaps that can fold open, like fold out, and it's kind of like basically demonstrated here. If you have, let's say this here, it's kind of like a flap. So if this is your flap, and you have like the casing around it, and then you have the hull around that. Build this hull around here just generically. So you kind of have this flap here, and then when you want to use the actual bow thrusters, this flap will fold out to the side, sort of like this. Or I guess you can get the bricks part too. So it is just kind of like a flap. so that it can open and close like that. So I've just kept them in their closed positions. Same with the actual stabilizer fins on the sides, as you might have seen. There's I should get a spyglass. You know, those things there. Those are stabilizer fins. They can swing out the side of the ship and really just act as stabilizer fins. Most ships have them nowadays. So, as I said, I might add more details to the hull before I do tutorials. I'll explain tutorials in a minute, but these bow thrusters, I might make propellers for them. I might make the actual shafts. So, most of basically the entire ship is fully detailed, every detail I can find. So, you got the gate, the anchor. Um, these are actually spare propeller blades, which I stored on the front deck of the ship. Don't ask why. I don't know, but they were there. I've gotten it down to security camera placements like this one, which I've used skeleton skulls for, and the lights here, ladders, just a lot of details. So yeah, I'll show you a bit more of it here. So like we got all these cabins are decorated with furniture that I've seen just based on pictures, really. Um, I've got these cabins were different sizes. Some were like small cabins, some were wider. So I have incorporated that really as best as I can. All the lifeboats are super detailed. I'm actually quite happy with how the lifeboats came out. Got the signs and everything. Lifeboat davits. You've already seen the davits if you're on my if you're following me on Instagram, because I do have an Instagram account. You've seen the davits, just how detailed everything is. What's weird about the Queen Mary too is that it has basically three different types of lifeboats. So it has these orange and white ones, which are just generic lifeboats. This fully orange one here is a rescue boat, which it appears I've forgotten to use waxed cut copper stairs instead of normal cut copper stairs. So I go ahead and change that. But then it also has these mostly white ones, which also act as like little ferry lifeboats. So in case the docks are too small for this massive of a ship, um, these little tender lifeboats basically can go and ferry people from the docks to the ship. So it's also quite difficult finding any pictures for these cranes here. There's like these 4 cranes and other machinery around here that the plans really didn't specify anything with, so I've just kind of roughed it here. I know these were kind of just like 4 cranes on each side. Um, so I've found 0 pictures of these, besides like very far away exterior shots of the ship when you can see them. So yeah, they're pretty roughly done. If I ever do find pictures or blueprints, I'll probably redo them, make them a bit better. But for now, that's how they are. Um, I got more deck chairs here. I don't even know if deck chairs were supposed to be here, but I've just added them to kind of fill up the space a bit. Because underneath the lifeboats and everything is also seems pretty bland. There's just nothing here. So, one other thing is these windows here. You can see all these 1x2 windows spaced a block apart. The accuracy of those, I am quite unsure of. I know there were actually more doors and windows along this deck of the ship. It's just, I really can't find plans that show where the windows and doors go, so I've just kind of copied and pasted all these windows along, and then added the few bay windows, like the plans show. Like there's one there, there's a big one there, and then a few smaller ones again. Um, and also, I can go up in these platforms, got all these details up here for the lifeboat davits. Um, so yeah, it's pretty well done. Show you a bit more details. We have the mast here, radar mast, quite complex. The tennis courts, and this is actually a basketball court. The other side is a tennis court. You got other details in here, all sorts of stuff. So got all the pools decorated, shelves, got lights. There really is just a ton of details. The helipad, more details. I decided to make this top roof closed. I know it can open and close. I was originally going to make it open and then do all the interior pool decorating because there is a big pool and stuff that goes in here. But I've decided just for the sake of me and for the tutorials that I'll leave that closed. Because I mean, really everything on the ship is in its stored position, so I figured I would just make these in their stored position as well, just closed. So you got the funnel all detailed, all from plans. The Queen Mary 2 sign. Let's see what else we got. So these are basically like party lights that I saw in pictures and some speakers and other details that I've just seen in pictures. It is a lot. The Boardwalk Cafe. Up here I really didn't do anything because I couldn't find any pictures of up here. I think it was mainly just blank, but I'm once again not sure. Same with these back walls back here. You can't really tell what's there. There's not really any pictures or blueprints or anything that helps. So there are some walkways along the sides of the ship, which I found quite interesting. I'll try not to fall down, but I did notice these. I think I noticed it on like the actual ship itself, like pictures of the ship. I noticed there were these walkways and ladders here, so I added those on both sides. Got all the deck chairs, pool details once again back here. Just really anything you could imagine. I got the banners. This promenade back here, actually, I was kind of lazy on. Just added some vents. Because, I can't really find too many pictures or blueprints of this. I think this is like a crew promenade, actually. I don't even know if this was open to the public. It might be, but yeah, it's not really it's not a very well photographed area of the ship. I do got the nameplate though, Queen Mary 2, Southampton. Got the propeller pods and the big old fin. Yeah, this stern was a huge pain to make, but also quite fun, believe it or not. The whole ship was really a huge pain to make, but yeah, also quite fun. So, as for tutorials, I do plan on making tutorials for this ship, for this beast. However, the tutorials will be for members only. I still need to get like another 1,000, I guess it's like, what, 970 watch hours on my channel, until I can actually set up memberships and stuff like that. So once that comes around, I'll actually set up memberships, and I'll do the Queen Mary 2 tutorials just for members only. I'm also considering some other members only content, like I was thinking about doing a USS, what is it, the USS Arizona tutorials, because I did make a USS Arizona like back a few years ago. I probably need to redo the hull. The hull isn't very good on it. Still nonetheless pretty cool. So that might be a members only thing. And then also, I was considering letting members into my Discord actually, on my Discord server, so that members could like basically see exclusive stuff, like what's the word? Like get little sneak peeks of stuff before they actually release. They can see what projects I'm currently working on, what surprises I have in store, stuff like that. I mean, if you want to become a member, you could just let me know. Obviously, I can't set up memberships for you. I mean, like, I can't make you a member. It's the whole thing you have to do through YouTube. Um, and it is a paid thing, by the way, in case you didn't know. Um, I don't know how much I'll make it. I think usually it's around $5 to $10 a month. I know it's not too much, but still something. So, uh, if you want to become a member, yeah, as I said, just like let me know, or don't let me know. Doesn't matter to me. But do let me know what you would like as a member, what kind of exclusive content you might want. Um, and one more thing about this chip, actually, before I head off and do whatever, is you might be wondering basically what time period this is, because the ship has had at least one refit. I know it's had one major refit, which changes a lot of the ship. So this is really meant to be a launch spec version of the ship. So, I have it registered in Southampton. I have all the details up here. Like, this area isn't just flat, it's actually stuff up here. However, some details might be slightly different. I think on the during its refit, I've seen a lot of pictures of it during its refit, like after its refit. So some details on here might be for its refit version, but it's mostly the launch specs. So I'm pretty sure the helipad is not like the launch spec. If you go over to the stern, I know there's actually one detail. If you can get there, maybe a little faster. Some of these, yeah, these pools basically, those might be a little bit different. This big area back here, it's kind of like a big old deck with a little hot tub in it. I know for its reef for its launch, it just had a big old pool in here, which is another big pool. But then for its refit, they added this hot tub, which I don't think I was aware of. I wasn't really thinking about refits and whatnot while I was building that part of the ship, and I just really haven't been bothered to change it, so I haven't. But you know, so it's a very massive ship, and I again for the tutorials, it'll probably be like 20 parts at least, just because of how massive it is. Um, so yeah, I'm actually glad I finally got it out of the way. It's quite a ship. And then I also turned it into a hospital ship over here. The HMHS Queen Mary 2, just for fun. So I added I know this isn't how hospital ships look nowadays. This is more of like their World War I scheme. But I just thought it looked cool. So I added the green stripe, the red crosses. Actually added some stuff up here. I added the red crosses on the sides. One on the helipad there. So the yellow funnel. So I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah. So that's really it for my showcase. So, I mean, hopefully I will be seeing you guys in whatever tutorial I come out with next, or maybe as a member. Um, tomorrow is SS France Part 65. So, see you then, or I'll see you during the Emma Fitzgerald video on Sunday. So, that's really it. So, bye for now.